Hey bro. Aren't those two look great together?
Yeah, they do look good together. Do you know that previously that Malays and Chinese were like cats and dogs? This was before. Now we have Baba and Nyonya in our country thanks to them. Previously, Malay and Chinese could not understand each other thanks to the language barrier. Let alone how do they understand their difference in culture. By time, they begin to adapt to each other's culture and Peranakan cuisine was born out of it.
Peranakan cuisine sounds delicious. Shall we have it for lunch?
Alright, sure. Let us find a nice restaurant that serves Peranakan cuisine.
I'm so hungry now. When is the food coming?
Good food takes a while. Why don't I tell you another example? Did you know that previously, we actually had a king? Previously, anything decreed by the king is absolute and we had to follow it no matter what. Disobedience would be fatal for us. But when the British came conquered our land, they introduced democratic culture into our system. They have teaches us a lot about how to control the society by the knowing what is right and wrong. Comparing to our previous law, if the king had murdered someone, he could be forgiven for what he done. But in the past, we had no choice but to adapt to their system as our kingdom have fallen. But in the end, everything turns out great. We can choose who to rule the country and select what's best for us too.
Wow. The food is here. What did you just say?
Never mind. Let's enjoy the food and it's time to head back home.
Oh boy. That was delicious. What's our next itinerary in our day?
I have to head to the bank to settle some accounting problems. Let us queue for our turn.
Ugh. Why do we have to come to an Islamic bank to settle your problems? Why don't we just head to a Chinese bank?
I think you misunderstood me, sister. The reason we're here because I have a bank account here, not because of favoring the Muslims. This is because of the Sharia law, where if you were to borrow 10 gold coins from someone, you are required to return them back the same amount that you borrowed from them. Normally in modern banks, you are required to pay some interest if you borrow a sum of money from them. This choice was firstly only applicable to Muslims now. But most modern banks have adapted this culture and applied it in their services. Now we non-Muslims can also enjoy this advantage. Alright, it's finally our turn. Let's get this done swiftly.
Hey bro. I heard that that Malays are preferred to be chosen for government sponsorship. Is that true?
Yes. Previously it did happen before. This leads to people saw that the government was being biased to only Malays. Due to the low income and labor of Indians, they were not given any chance to prove themselves. This led to disturbance outside of temple or mosque. Their religious leaders decided to meet each other and talk terms about how to deal with the current situations. Now we still can see that the government are still biasing with Malay, giving them more aids compared to other religions. But as we adapt and become more civilized, the aid is not only exclusive to Malays but to Chinese and Indians as well. Now we can also see that more non-Malays are helping the development of Malaysia because they received the aid from our government and they want to contribute back to the country.
Thanks bro for today. I felt that not only I learned so much about different religions in Malaysia but about our history as well.
No problem, sis. Glad to pass down some knowledge to you. Our country is multi-ethnicity, as all religions said. We want to stay in a harmonious environment. We want to spread love, not fight each other. No good can result from fighting each other. Most important is to understand each other and try to adapt to their situation. Think of what will you do if you encounter these situations? How will you react to these situations? What is right to do? But before we end our video, we want to say a few words in the next scene about different religions in Malaysia. In conclusion, we just want to mention that no matter you're black, white or brown, we have the same color of blood. multi-ethnicity are not a cultural clash but diversity. We can be unique in some form and we can flourish in this. Sure, they are challenges in the future, or the old cannot accept the modern ways. But if we are able to adapt this, thinks about the future which would be bright, and our grandchildren will look back at our experience and be proud because we made this change and it affects the future. Thank you for your time taken to watch this video. We hope you enjoyed this mini skit about adaptability in terms of religious tolerance.